Lots of professional athletes have certain things they do before an event. Ice hockey players are famous for their pre-game rituals. Sidney Crosby is arguably the best ice hockey player of his generation, and you would think his talent and skill would be enough to keep his nerves at bay. But no. Crosby is famous for his long list of pre-game routines, such as eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich exactly 2 hours before the match starts, and putting on his kit in exactly the same order every time. The list goes on. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to go this far, but having routines or rituals that you regularly perform at the start of a task can definitely help to get you in the best position to succeed. And we are going to work on your RUAE rituals. So get your skates on and let's go. This is Think 4. The title of the close reading paper is Reading for Understanding, Analysis and Evaluation. It tells you exactly what you will be doing in a close reading paper and in what order. Number 1, you are reading. This may sound obvious, but reading the passages and questions carefully is something that sets the best students apart. My number 1 tip for close reading, and I say this because so many people don't do it, is just to start by reading the passage in its entirety. Don't look at anything else. This is actually the first instruction on the paper, but nobody reads it. The reason you need to read the passage as a whole is because you need to understand it. If you simply read the relevant paragraphs for each question, you won't have a full sense of the writer's argument. And unless you have a full understanding of passage 1, you won't be able to pick the relevant details for analysis or be able to evaluate the text as a whole or compare it to passage 2. Basically, unless you read and understood that passage, you won't be able to answer the questions to the best of your ability. Once you've read passage 1, you can now annotate the questions. Let's have a look at a question in more detail. Get your highlighters ready. Read lines 1 to 3. Identify 2 ways in which the invention of the printing press was important. Use your own words in your answer. As soon as we start reading, we know where we need to look for our answer. Lines 1 to 3. Identify suggests we will need to use our own words for this answer. 2 means we are looking for 2 ideas, and then we have the focus of the question. So we are looking for 2 ways in which the printing press was important. The question asks us to use our own words, but we'd already worked that out, and it's worth 2 marks, which matches the instruction for 2 ways. Simple. And once you get into the habit of it, you'll be able to do it very quickly. It ensures you are fully focused on the question. Another tip is to look at the marks available carefully. I always suggest to pupils that you should provide as many answers or examples as the marks suggest. Let's have a look at another question. Read lines 4 to 8. By referring to at least 2 examples, analyse how the writer uses language to convey her concerns about the impact of the internet. This question suggests that you need to refer to at least 2 examples, but there are 4 marks available. The SQA mark scheme says that you can get 1 mark for a basic answer and 2 marks for a more detailed answer. So in theory, if you provide 2 detailed answers, you can get 4 marks. However, some of the most successful students hedge their bets and provide 4 answers just in case. You do need to work more quickly, but it's totally achievable. Then I would look at the final question on both passages and annotate this too. It means that you can have the question in the back of your mind as you're working on the others. Once you've read and annotated and answered the questions on passage 1, you need to look again at the final question and then read passage 2. My suggested RUAE rituals, basically reading and annotating, may seem simple, but they're an effective way to ensure that you have fully read and understood before you go on to show that you can analyse and evaluate too. If you're looking for any more pre-game rituals, I would take Crosby's lead and go for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This was Think 4. Thanks for watching.